The millionaire had no doubt as to whom he would not leave his vast fortune: his son. His son was a professional layabout who could give a 3-year course on idleness without a note of preparation. One day, the billionaire called his son into his study and announced his intention to donate his entire worth to charity. Faced with this catastrophe, the son hurried to his chief advisor and confidant, his mother. "Look," she said, "here's a $100 bill. Go and tell your father that you earned this and that you're really worthy of being his inheritor." The son went into his father's office, waving the $100 bill. "Father, look at this. I made this money myself." "Let me see that," said the father. He took the $100 bill in his hand and laughed. "You earned this." And with that, the father incinerated the $100 bill with the tip of his cigar. The son went back to his mother and told her what had happened. "Okay," she said, "wait a couple of days and try again. Take this $50 bill and tell him that you worked all morning for it." The second bill received the identical treatment as the first. Dejected, the son returned to his mother. "Listen," she said, "why don't you actually try and get yourself a job? Go down to the town square and see if they're hiring people down there." The son made his way down to the town square, and eventually someone gave him a couple of hours' work schlepping some very heavy kegs of beer into a cellar, and for this he received the princely sum of $10. Immediately he ran to his father and said, "Daddy, look, I made this money just now." The father took the bill, and as the cigar started to get very close to the bill, the son cried out, "Stop, don't do that. You don't know how hard I worked for that money." "Ah," said the father, "this money you earned." The Torah says that Sarah's lifetime was 100 years, 20 years, and 7 years. Rashi tells us that the reason the Torah repeats the word years between each number is that each section of Sarah's life exemplified an outstanding quality. For example, at the age of 100, she was as free of sin as a 20-year-old girl. Why 20? Because the Torah only mandates penalties for a person aged 20 and above. Now, you don't clock up 100 sinless years without a lot of hard work. God created the entire universe just so that we could be close to Him, to experience the ultimate pleasure. Compared to this pleasure, everything else is as valuable as a glass diamond. But if the purpose of the world is for us to have this pleasure, why is it such hard work to get there? It's axiomatic that God is the ultimate good. Since His desire was to do good to another, namely man, it follows that that good must be the best possible good, and the best possible good is being close to Him. It also follows that that ultimate good must be given in the best possible way, and that's why we have to work for it. If we were to get this ultimate good of being close to God without working for it, we'd feel like a pauper. When someone drops a coin into his hand, we'd feel, "I don't really deserve this." To avoid this, God gives us this ultimate good by allowing us to earn it, by resisting our baser instincts of selfishness, of anger, greed, and indulgence, and applying ourselves to fulfilling His will. And even though the reward He gives us is incomparably more than the effort that we put in, nevertheless, in a real sense, we worked for it. And then a $10 bill feels like a lot more than $100.